terror in the eyes of this fear-fed nation calls forth the long-past images of a slavery bazaar, as we invite immigrants and women to fill the lower back seats of our ever-increasing middle-class hall, because God forbid we get our pretty hands wet. So we re-emerge with a class system based on opportunity, lauded as a there you go for all, where women give up their sexual autonomy for free and their bosses rake in 200 G's, because it's still the man behind the woman that burns both ends of the economic candle. Despite the Equal Opportunity Act we passed in 1984, the paradox of democracy for all hangs in the stale cyberspace air of our bourgeois networked communities, as we rant from our swivel chairs in real time. But it's our concrete place in the world that remains a global contest of simultaneous conquest, ushering in Western ideologies of supposed superior thought. The black and white of a rationalist nation, shooting down alternative ways of living, but there's no joy in the act of it anymore. All we want is control over, about, under, and between. Surely it's time to create a theoretical space where we can breathe, metaphorically in flow, unencumbered by the weight of social classification, carved out of rationalist differentiation that serves only to subordinate and divide. And if you didn't get that last stanza, don't worry, mate. It's for the intellectuals with a scientific core who tell us it's their way or the highway. But I'm in the bike lane here to tell you how it is, in language that you can understand, in a way that doesn't alienate. Because in spite of what our mummies taught us, there's no freedom in repression, only a lifetime of emotional regression. And we wonder why our brothers are flying planes into buildings, our sisters are selling their bodies on every second street corner, no matter what the opportunity cost. Natural human expression is thwarted by age 3 with social rules and expectation, as we all proclaim, look at me, look at me. But when no one does, we slip into depression, because our ego's our master, and we've succumbed to its sinister sell out to get ahead philosophic frame of reference, forgetting that when we were 5, we knew we could fly, even if Daddy told us it wasn't true, because we believed in an infinite galaxy without other limitations we learned to place on every limit explanation, because there were no boundaries, except 1 + 1 = 2, and even that was questionable. Even now I wonder at the significance of numbers as we count down the days to our next credit card payments, because we're spending what we don't have in our bid to impress and proclaim, look what I can afford. Bemused and confused in self-imposed exile of identity creation. But love doesn't come with packaging or terms and conditions. But even your best mate can't promise you his wholehearted compassion, because he's wrapped up with the black dog and can't see through his 9-to-5 existence any more than you can escape the constant self-doubt of your alienated existence. Then you start to wonder why you created yourself from the products on the supermarket floor. So you carefully pull away the pieces of your well-worn disguise, and you start to see a shimmer in your eyes. Because with every new unwatched inhalation, you realize that the L word's the only one that's never lost in translation. So take the hand next to you. Imagine they're the sibling you always dreamt you had, not the stranger you've been trained to see as danger. 'Cause underneath all that wishing, we're all just human in disguise, trying to live beyond the fear. But to pretend we're not shaking is to assume the fetal position again. And we're here to stand up and express, not curl up and regress. 'Cause to pretend we're not shaking is to assume the fetal position again. And we're here to stand up and express, not curl up and regress.